It's 8:45, November 10. This morning I got up at 6:50 or so, and after getting up, I used my smartphone for about 30 minutes. So it mean I wasted time 30 minutes, and after that I did laundry, and my laundry machine is not in my. I don't have my private laundry machine. I have to go to the laundry room, and the laundry room is about 3 minutes away from here by walk. So it's a bit. Looks like it takes a few minutes from here to the laundry, so I don't. It looks like that. So my laundry is a few minutes away from my house, so I'm too lazy to do laundry. But this morning I already did it. But it takes about 40 or 50 minutes to finish laundry. So currently our clothes are in the laundry machine yet. So later I have to take out it and then put it into drying machine. But the problem is the laundry room is not so big, whereas there are lots of people living in here, so the capacity is not enough for everyone. Okay. And after finishing laundry, and from now on, today's my plan is study in my house till 10 o'clock, and then go to university. It takes about 40 minutes from here to the university, so I'll be either live at university around 10:30 or 10:40, and then study for 1 or 2 hours. And I've already made my lunch. I've already made sandwiches for my lunch, so I bring it to university and I eat it alone in somewhere, like in building, not in library. So it's 12:30 or 1 p.m. Then I'm going to meet my friends. I'm going to meet my friend at 2 p.m. and go drinking coffee in the center of the city. So 10:40, and then study for 1 or 2 hours and eat lunch and study 1 or 2 more hours. Okay, let's talk about the topic of study. The topic of study, now I will study English for 1 hour, and then at university I'll study organic photochemistry. About English, I will study about English. I study the phrases that I couldn't say in daily life. I'm taking note of the words that I couldn't say, that I can't say in daily life, like in Japanese. So I will translate these Japanese phrases into English phrases. It takes lots of time to translate every phrases. It takes lots of time to translate every single phrases, but the best way, the best way to be more fluent is face my fails. Face myself. The best way to be fluent is to face my fails, to face myself, and practice phrases that I can't say in daily life, because these phrases, because it's sure that I use these phrases in daily life again in the future. So this way, as in my opinion, this way is better than just learning English using textbook, because the contents in textbook is not so useful in daily life. I agree that it's useful to gain knowledges, to gain general knowledges, but these knowledges have nothing to do with myself. Actually, some of them are useful in daily life, like some of them are useful in my daily life, but others have nothing to do in my daily life. Useless words, right? So instead of studying in that way, I believe that facing myself and studying every single words that I can say is far more better. Of course, it takes time. Then my way. First, I translate Japanese phrases into English phrases, and I usually make a quiz which is like a quiz, and the quiz is like there are some blanks, there are some blank. I put
brackets.
The way translate Japanese into English, then in the phrase I make some brackets and put the phrase into the Anki app. Anki app is flashcard. Anki app. Anki is an application that provides flashcard with efficient way of learning. So I putting sentence with brackets in front of the card. In the back of the card, I put the answer in the bracket, and I answer the question in the train or when I'm free, repeatedly. And in this way, I won't forget the phrase that I learned that I learned by translating Japanese into English. And chemistry. Let's talk about chemistry. Chemistry, I study organic photochemistry, as I said, and I borrowed a book that is very useful. Now I put a very useful book of organic photochemistry. The professor in the class is very famous, but his way of teaching is not so good, because he write everything into the blackboard, and while students are writing his note, he starts speaking. So the student have to listen to what he says while writing the note. And even worse, and to make matters even worse, his letters are destroyed for us. His letters are destroyed. His letter looks like destroyed for me. U and E looks same, and R and V looks same. And of course, these terms are specific scientific terms, so I can't guess what I can't guess the correct word. So his letter looks broken, so I can't understand what he write, and at the same time I have to listen to what he says, and his speaking pace is not so fast, but he of course uses many scientific words in speaking, so I don't know I can't figure out what he write, and I can't figure out what he says. The only thing that I can understand, the only one clear thing is structures of chemistry. In organic chemistry, we use structures specific to molecule, so I can understand. So the only structure is clear for me. It's helpful. So I sometimes even feel structure is international language. We don't need English, only structure is enough. Actually, it's not true. Of course, we have to explain these structures, so English is very important to understanding chemistry, but I sometimes feel like structure is more clear than using English. Only structure is more clear than using English.